But I do think that kind of thing, it's repeated at other clubs as well. They're not alone. I know we see it magnified at Stamford Bridge. But I'm just, like, let's say the manager does not continue and is not in charge next August. They're probably facing the Europa League, Richie. How much needs to be done with that team in terms of finance? And finance is one of the big problems. Conte felt he was not backed enough, as you've said, in the transfer market, and didn't get, I think, remember he was talking about 16 or 17 players, and it was a very small squad.
Well, the issue they're going to have, which isn't new to Chelsea, this is the issue they've always had. They have to go out and try and attract a manager who is absolutely okay working under this system. So you're looking at a squad, a manager might come in and have ideas as to who should come and go. He might get to voice those ideas, but he'll have to accept from day one that they're just ideas, they're not decisions. He can throw them in the pot, but someone else will be making the decision, and that setup isn't to everyone's liking.
These guys are earning fortunes, right? Sanchez, playing for Man U last night, is earning 600 grand a week, sterling.
Reported, yeah.
Right. You look at the Irish sport, look at the Irish rugby team under Joe Schmidt. Look at Jim Gavin, the Dublin footballers. They're earning nothing in comparison. So
well, they are. The GA players are earning nothing.
No, but anyway. They're not. Sanchez is going to earn 24 million in the next 12 months. Now he shouldn't be down in tools at all. He should be able to take a bit of hardship. But this is a cultural problem in soccer that's unique to soccer at the moment. I mean, we are looking at heroic people in our sport, Gaelic sport, the rugby team. They are heroic. They're brilliant. They lift the hearts of the nation. And the soccer lads have done it time after time, in Richard's time. Now, that's the same idea as these guys who are on that kind of money and they won't even try.
I don't think it's a money issue. I think footballers have always earned money, and I think they're wealthy enough that if they get 600 or they get 100,000, it's enough. You know what I mean? I don't think it's that. I think I've spoke to people at Chelsea, and from the age of 17, 18, they have people who are signed to one player who will go and pick their wallpaper for them, go and open their letters for them, go and do all that stuff. That breeds just complete laziness throughout the club.
Sounds fantastic. Sorry, go on.
Sounds, nice for a designer show, but
if you're looking for a letter opener, you know where to go.
You don't produce footballers with any grit and any determination. Everything in their lives is just, they don't even have to.
You don't learn to accept responsibility.
Yeah, you don't have responsibility.
And then you can make the point about those young players who at Chelsea, how many of them have actually made it into the first team? Because at one stage, was it 3 seasons ago, they had 60 players out on loan, and the players out on loan had scored more than the players in the first team, and all that sort of thing. But it is a fascinating debate. It's an amazing subject to watch.
Just to go back to one of the lead player of tonight, Lionel Messi, in this age of conceit and flash and all the things that are wrong, every time he goes out to play, he's brilliant, he's professional, he hugs his mates when they score, when he scores, he's perfect. You look at his great rival Ronaldo, who's narcissistic, it's me. So they're all
hugely successful as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, yeah.
But I mean, there's a quote from the other day. He said, "I love looking at myself." He said, I love looking at the mirror and I admire myself. He actually said that, talking about himself. It wasn't Sam Allardyce, it was Ronaldo. The thing is, there's an element of narcissism that comes with money. Look at Neymar's behaviour. He's got a day off and he gets a private jet and he goes to Ibiza to have a night out with some supermodels. Now that is not conducive to getting results. And he wants to leave PSG now to go back to Real Madrid.
And he won't be the last to
all
do
of
that
these
sort
things
of thing.
feed in. And to go back to Conte, he was a real pro, a grafter. He managed Juventus very successfully. He's old school. He wouldn't want that kind of nonsense. And he wouldn't put up with it. And he's going to pay the price. He'll go. If Chelsea were sensible, he'd stay and the troublemakers would go.